Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Smooth Cat, and I'm back with Colossal Boxing Talk, and this is my show, Forgotten Fighters, where, as you guys know, it's a weekly show I do about current fighters, fighters from back in the day, or just like any fighter who I feel is not getting the type of recognition they deserve. So, of late, I've been using a lot of active guys. Today will be the first guy I will use. I won't say he's retired because I haven't heard him say he was retired or anything, but he hasn't fought since 2012, and his name is Troy the Boss Ross. As we know, the season 4 of the Contender winner. But let's get into Mr. Ross' career. Okay, as we know, as an amateur, Troy Ross, he was a very, very well accomplished amateur for the Canadian Olympic teams. He fought at light heavyweight. He had an amateur record of 81 wins and 10 losses as an amateur. He fought notable opponents such as excuse me, Vasily Zhirov, Deshoni Vega. He fought what's this guy, Charles Adamu, and Humberto Savini in the 1999 games when he fought Savini. But yeah, like I was saying, Troy Ross also on the movie Cinderella Man, he also portrayed the light heavyweight champion John Henry Lewis in the Cinderella Man movie. But to look at Troy Ross overall, he's a guy who he always was very solid fighter, very fundamentally sound, power in both hands. Like I say, very skilled, tough, rough edge type fighter. He was a southpaw. He had speed, explosive, and he also he was a very game guy. In his career was basically he started his career out pretty well. He was winning a majority of. I mean, he was winning all his fights, and then he ran into a guy named Willie Herring, who gave him his first loss in a fight. Some people disputed, some didn't, but it was a close encounter. But Willie Herring won a split decision, and ended up giving, like I say, he gave Troy his first loss. Troy responded with that with 4 straight knockout wins. Then he fought a guy named in Quebec, Canada, named Kendrick Relaford. And Kendrick Relaford was he's one of those tough, cagey type fighters. But Troy Ross beat him by unanimous decision before joining the Contender. And as we know, when he joined the Contender, Troy Ross' first fight was against a guy named Lawrence Tuaso, and it was looking like it was going to be tactical warfare to start. And out of nowhere, Troy Ross caught him with a right hook, which dropped Tuaso. Tuaso got up, and Troy Ross finished off the fight in the second round. His next fight was up against the guy who a lot of people felt was the favorite to win the Contender at that time, Felix Cora Jr. Because Felix Cora he was a rough, hard, tough, top-notch fighter who came in. He brought the fight to you. He was very, very game and very he had a special set of skills too. But in their fight, it was, like I say, it was only one round, and it was a very, very fun, entertaining one round. 2 skillful guys going at it, and Troy Ross caught Felix Cora with a nice shot that finished him off. He wanted to continue, but he looked a little dizzy and glazed in the eyes, so the referee called a halt to the bout. His toughest fight on the Contender was against the smallest guy on the show, but the guy who showed that he had big heart, Akinyemi Leleye. AK-47 as he calls himself. But that was an awesome fight. Both guys gave it all. Troy ended up Troy, in my opinion, Troy won all 5 rounds, but it was a very competitive fight. So it was, even though if you look at it, it'll say unanimous decision. He won 50 to 45, but every round was competitive. It wasn't like he just wiped little Akinyemi out, because like I said, it was a very close fight. And the shining moment of his career at that time, his fight with Hikaminor for the Contender Season 4 championship, and that was a fight that was pretty much, it was like really just starting to get warmed up, and Troy hurt him. And I mean, a lot of people feel it was a questionable stoppage, but the referee stopped the fight after Ross hurt him, and that was the end. That was the end of that fight, and Troy Ross was victorious and the Season 4 Contender winner. But back to his regular career, he after that big fight in 2009, 2010, he had the biggest, highest profile fight of his career against at that time against Steve Cunningham. And in the Cunningham fight, it was a very, very good fight. Both guys coming out aggressive. Both guys was, I mean, it was turned into a real interesting fight. Round 4 came, and Troy Ross dropped Cunningham with a hard shot. But at the end of that, a clash of heads in this fight caused the fight to get stopped, and it was ruled a TKO win for Cunningham because of the cut. Which is, I mean, I wish that rule would change, because instead of a TKO, I can understand you giving Cunningham the win. But when you say TKO, you would think like a guy was stopped, and the guy's never been stopped. So I didn't understand. I wish that theory is changed. But in 2012 was his last fight against Joan Pablo Hernandez, in the fight that I felt was very, very close. It was a very close fight in my opinion, and I'm not just saying this just because I'm highlighting Troy Ross on this video. I felt that he won. I felt that he beat Hernandez in a close fight. And when you heard the scores were unanimous decision for Hernandez, I was a little shocked. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't call it a robbery because it was a close fight. But I felt Troy Ross did enough to win the fight. But on the flip side of that, as we know, he hasn't fought since 2012. I haven't heard him say anything about being retired or anything of that sort. But with the somewhere down the line, I hope to get Troy Ross on the show so I can ask him that, because I'm wondering, has he called a halt to his boxing career, or is he still looking for fights, having management issues? I mean, I really don't know. But overall, he was, like I say, he was a very, very slick, powerful southpaw. He could do it all in the ring, and he's one of the most fundamentally sound guys in boxing at the time. And in my opinion, he's still one of the top cruiserweights if he gets a fight to be able to showcase himself. But overall, like I say, I'm looking forward to like I say, potentially interviewing him, so I'll be able to find out some of the questions that I have and some of the questions that other people have about him. But he's definitely a fighter that shouldn't be forgotten for the things he did in his career. He always tried to fight the best available competition. He always gave a good outing for himself against the best competition. So, I mean, like I say, overall solid fighter, awesome person from what I've seen of Contender. Everybody on the show liked Troy Ross, and he seemed like a pretty homely, humble guy. So, with that being said, Smooth Cat and Colossal Boxing Talk, we wish Troy Ross the best of luck in 2015. with whatever with his career or any other endeavors he has that he's interested in. And with that said, this is going to be the end of, excuse me, this is going to be the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys hit the like button for me, leave your comments in the comments section. I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Also, go to our main page, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all the love and support you guys gave us last year. This is 2015, so we're looking to build even bigger bonds with you guys. We're looking to get our subscribers up. We're looking to become a true force this year. So with that being said, without you guys, we can't do that. So like I say, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. This is Smooth Cat, and I'm out.